What up, everybody? It's your boy Asian. We're back here once again. I did a YouTube short video last night talking about the Steelers' 28-15 victory over the Miami Dolphins on Monday Night Football. But I wanted to come down and give a little more of a breakdown of this game and where I thought this team was at. I'm gonna give my quick analysis, a quick view. They got the job done. 23 straight home wins on Monday Night Football, an accomplishment. But let's talk about this. This game got off to a slow start. Miami scored first. Steelers were kind of slogged, took a couple sacks on third down. Wasn't the greatest thing. Aaron Rodgers took one sack that got him out of field goal range. But all in all, I think this defense did what they were supposed to do in that first half. And right before the first half was over, Steelers were able to convert, getting in there with Cam Hayward. And they did their own version of the tush push with the Steelers pushing. And Connor Hayward got in there, Cam's little brother. So 7-0, and then pretty much from there, the Steelers dominated, and that was the next 3 possessions they scored. So 4 straight possessions where they got touchdowns with equivalent of 28 points. And I'm not going to be mad at Miami Dolphins. They got 2 garbage time touchdowns, so 2 of his stats look a little inflated. Darren Waller had 2 touchdowns in that fourth quarter, one with a nice jump ball. But overall, this offense struggled early in the game, kind of where not hitting it, but Aaron Rodgers was getting the ball. It was very decisive, and they threw the ball down the middle. Had one play for DK in that second drive of the game, right down the middle. He had 3 catches, 55 yards, and he also had that amazing 28-yard touchdown where Aaron Rodgers throws a dart right in the middle of the field. DK, one guy misses, DK shakes one guy off and then breaks a couple tackles, and to the end zone he goes. And that was just great. Through the ball to Pat Freiermuth like I've been asking for. And I don't think Jonnu Smith has been great in this offense. Late to give him up 28-3, they threw a toss to him to the right-hand side, and he goes pretty much untouched and scores. So this was the game of Kenneth Gainwell, another big game. This is his best game since they played the Patriots earlier in the season. 13 carries for 80 yards. Yes, Jalen Warren's 12 for 33. Jalen Warren was questionable coming into this game with the illness, so I think that played a factor into it. Also, Gainwell added 7 for 46 yards. Aaron Rodgers was finding him. I don't know. There was a play inside the red zone where Miami just left him wide open, and it was a face mask penalty. He got taken down pretty hard. And I don't know what they were doing, but a great pickup by the Steelers with this defense with Kenneth Gainwell. He has just been phenomenal this season. 93 carries, 451 yards, 4 touchdowns. That's receiving. But man, just what he's been able to do is it's been phenomenal. You know, he's catching 4, 5, 6 balls a game right now, and he's at it. And did what this team needed to do. It was a great pickup for only 1 year, $1.7 million. They already re-signed Jalen Warren. They probably would at this point re-sign Ken Gainwell. He was a free agent pickup from the Philadelphia Eagles, a 5th-round pick formerly out of University of Memphis. So it's been a great pickup. Like I said, they need to get Pat Freiermuth the ball more. But Aaron Rodgers, like I talked about yesterday, efficiency, 23 for 27. Made some explosives, 224, 2 touchdowns. The Valdez-Scantling one was good. First drive of the second half, it was an ISO route kind of post. Boom, and Valdez-Scantling cooks some touchdown. Reunites with his former teammate from Green Bay. Also, just a little concern too that Roman Wilson inactive for a second straight game. A 3rd-round pick they spent on him last year. As he was hurt, he's been in and out of the lineup this year. I just don't know. I feel like we just wasted a pick on him as well. And then also with the Caleb Johnson thing too as well. I think we can give him some time, but right now he's not playing over Jalen Warren or Kennedy Gainwell as it sees right now. I feel like we just wasted a 3rd-round pick. We weren't going to use him. And like I said, he's been in the doghouse since that Seattle game. And he's had a couple carries in, but he'll come in and get maybe 1 or 2 carries a game. That's all she said. But Steelers continue to use these tight ends. Darnell Washington, man. I don't know if I'm a DB or a safety linebacker. I don't want to tackle this guy. He got just 25 yards. Every time he catches it, he's able to break some tackles, and he's well over 300 pounds. And I think this has been a good pickup. Eventually, I think the Steelers may re-sign him. But just did a good job on offense, kind of keeping Miami off the field. 33 minutes and 30 seconds of time possession. And that's what we need because we were bottom half in the league in time of possession during these games, which was very crucial for these Steelers. And one thing the offense has to pick up is 3rd downs, 4 for 13. Yes, at one point they were 1 for 6 in that game, and I liked it. But I do like that they were being aggressive. 3 for 3 on 3rd down in this game. A couple early in that first half where they ended up Aaron Rodgers missed, hold the ball too long, took a sack, took us out of field goal range. But Mike Tomlin coming just being aggressive. That's what I like to see. 336 yards. And we kept Miami off the field, who likes to run the football, which we did an amazing job in my opinion. So great job by his offense. DK, like I said, 3 for 55. Calvin Austin, no catches, 1 target. So we got to do a little ball. I believe we got to keep getting DK Metcalf the ball. We're going to use these tight ends. If you use them in the middle of the field, it can be very dangerous to open up maybe a Calvin Austin on the right side. Outside, Thielen, Valdez-Scantling has some speed. Thielen can be in the middle of the field. It does a lot of things where you can work with this offense. So, I talked about it before. I don't expect them to score 30 points a game or even every 28 points every game. But if they can score 24 to 27 points a game, that'll give the defense some leeway. It'll continues to get better. So let's transition to the defense. I think the defense did a phenomenal job. Like I said, 15 points. They had 4 sacks. I mean, they gave 2 touchdowns late in that game. They're playing kind of garbage time. Also, just shout out to Asante Samuel Jr. Got the start after James Pierce out with the calf. He gets a pick on Tua. I said Joey Porter Jr. is playing well. Kyle Duggar came back finally. Peyton Wilson had a sack in this game. Patrick Queen, again, I talk about him. He played well against the Ravens last week, but he's played another great game. He had a play early in that first half where he shot through the gap on 3rd and 1, and Miami had to settle for a field goal. He's been all over the place making plays. I know he's probably been banged up, but it does not matter. Jalen Ramsey playing well. They're blitzing him off the edge. He even had a play where delayed blitz, Tua didn't see him, and he kind of just knocked him over. Just making plays. No Derek Harmon in this game. No T.J. Watt in this game. Nick Herbig on that first drive, 2 big plays where he trips up A-Chan, where it could have been a big run. Just all over the place. Highsmith continues to get pressure. He didn't get a sack, but making plays and being there and just being in the way. Just love the way this defense play, mixing it up. Just love what I've seen from this team. Holding Devin A-Chan to 12 carries for 60 yards, and they couldn't get the run game going because they were behind and still just punch them in them off. And that's what you want to do. You want to make Miami throw the ball, make Tua hold it. We did a good job. So heading to a turnover, 0 turnover in the turnover margin, just doing a great job. And now I've been very hard on this team, and like I talked about, it just seems like after they got booed off the field last time they were at Acquashire, and their Renegades fans saying fire Tomlin, and the former players were critical. James Harrison, Ben Roethlisberger, Aaron Rodgers, and Mike Tomlin have heard the noise, and they've kind of opened up this offense and kind of been a little more aggressive, which we've been asking for. We know this is not a team that's going to score 35, 40 points a game, but this team that's going to be competent and be successful and give these defenses something to look at instead of being so predictable. And they've opened it up a little bit with this Arthur Smith system. I think Aaron Rodgers maybe is getting more comfortable. He's moving a lot better, even with the fractured hand on his non-throwing hand, but that's a good sign. His team is on pace to make the playoffs and host a playoff game. They can win this division. They close out these next 2 games at Cleveland, or at my hometown Detroit Lions, at the Cleveland Browns, and then host the Ravens. They could basically lose these next 2 away games and just beat the Ravens and get in. But you don't want that. You want to finish the season strong. And I like the way that the meter is ticking. I know we talked about how mediocre they've been, but the Steelers are never going to be an organization who are going to tank. It's just not going to happen. I still think that we need to keep an eye on the future as well, who's going to be our next future quarterback, so we can keep this thing going. We've had some older players, Cam, TJ's getting up there, Jalen Ramsey. We got some younger players on the defense too. I would like to re-sign Asante Samuel Jr. Joey Porter Jr. is going to get paid. We have Patrick Queen on defense, so we have some guys. We have DK Metcalf under contract, but we do need to add another receiver. Calvin Austin hasn't really done anything. I like these tight ends. Like I said, fire move. We paying him all this money. We got to continue to get him the ball. I just don't think it's a lot to ask. But just getting a win against a team that you're supposed to was the most important thing to me, because the Steelers are known to play down to their competition, and that's what they do. They've done it as long as I can remember. And this was a game where I feel like it was the most complete game by far that they have had this season. They kind of kept it tight, and I was like, oh, well, here we go. It's going to be a 13-10 ball game, maybe 17-10, but they pulled away and they put the foot on the gas, and they kind of let up in the fourth, like I said, playing some shell coverage, kind of prevent just letting Tua get dumped off in a little garbage time, and they even try to get an onside kick. So kind of let them hang in the game more than they would. But this is overall in the performance. I appreciate it. It's a lot to be said, but it was a Miami team who was coming in on 4 straight wins, 4 out of the last 5, and I think Mike McDaniel's going to keep his job. So they came in ready to play. They were hitting early in this game too. But do I think this team is a Super Bowl team? No, absolutely not. Do I think they can win a playoff game? Yes, I would love to see that and take a step in the right direction. Now, do I think Aaron Rodgers is coming back? I don't think so, but we can cross that bridge when we get there. But I think the biggest key is trying to find a quarterback of the future, that franchise quarterback. So it's going to be very interesting to see. But now focus on the season, and the Ravens got to win. Past week over the Cincinnati Bengals, and they're 7-7, and they host the New England Patriots, who are coming off a huge loss at home to the Buffalo Bills, who came back down 24-3. So it's going to get very interesting, and everything is still on the table for the Steelers to win this AFC North, and I want to host this playoff game, and I want to win a playoff game. So we'll see what happens, and I'm all about winning championship, but I'm realistic. This is not a Super Bowl winning roster unless you get hot. I mean, anything can happen, especially with this jumbled up AFC. The Patriots, I don't think are ready yet. If the Broncos or Bo Nix continues to play the way he does, then hey, it can happen. The Chargers don't have an offensive line. The Texans offense can stay consistent. They got the best defense in the NFL by far none. So I mean, the AFC I believe is wide open. No Kansas City Chiefs. Buffalo Bills are still dangerous. So it's wide open, but anything can happen. So we'll see. But hey, good win for the Steelers. You get to 8-5. You get to 8-6, and also win a primetime game for the first time this season finally. So it's on to Detroit Lions, who are in desperate situation right now. They pretty much have to win out, have some luck with the Bears and the Packers to make the playoffs. So they're going to be playing with desperate, and they haven't lost back-to-back games all season, and this is going to be an NFC team. But you got to come in, got to be prepared, and get ready. Restart. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Get reset for the week and get ready. Here we go, baby. Hey, it's your boy Agent. Appreciate the love. I'm out. Peace.